Hello class, today we're going to be talking about the Bill of Rights. So let's start with what is the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights is a document that was originally wanted by the Anti-Federalists. They believed that we needed to have our rights written down so that nobody can take them away from us. So on December 15, 1971, it was added to our Constitution written by James Madison.
The Bill of Rights is also known as the first 10 amendments of the Constitution. The Bill of Rights was basically a list of 10 rights that the government can never take away from us. These are things that we naturally all know we should have, but these people thought that we needed to have them written down, so after a while of debating, we put them in the Constitution.
So let's start with the First Amendment. The First Amendment says that we have the freedom of speech and religion. This means that we can voice our own opinions in public about our political opinions and the government cannot get mad about it. It also means that we have the freedom to practice our own religion without getting in trouble for this. As you just saw in the previous clip, she was yelling about being able to voice her own opinion without any punishment from the government. I believe this amendment is an important one and is still relevant today because we all deserve the right to a freedom of speech and or practice our own religion.
The Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. This means that any of us has the right to buy our own guns for protection. As you just saw, Snoopy and Charlie Brown just bought their own gun. This law is a very important law that helps people feel protected and secure. But this law should be modified because not every person should have the right to own a gun.
The next amendment we will be talking about is the Third Amendment of the Bill of Rights. This amendment says that we do not have to quarter troops. This means that we have the choice if they can stay in our house or not, no matter what the circumstance is, even if they're coming back from war or are in war or anything, we don't have to have them in our house. As you just saw, these two soldiers were telling Snoopy how they were going to stay in his house. They never asked, they just said, "Hi, we're staying at your house." Snoopy used the Third Amendment and didn't let them stay. He had the choice if they could stay or not, and he did not allow them. He could have, but he didn't. This should be changed to we can choose who can stay our own. Quartering soldiers isn't such a problem right now.
The Fourth Amendment says that you cannot search and seizure a person without a warrant. This means that the government needs special permission in order to do this. As you saw, Snoopy was shocked to learn that he couldn't just go and raid someone else's house. This is still very relevant and very important today. People always need a legit reason if they're going into your house and searching it. This is important not only to protect our privacy, but our rights.
The next amendment of the Bill of Rights is the Fifth. This says that we have the right to defend ourselves against self-incrimination and double jeopardy. This means that we can not be tried for something that we already have been tried for, or we can defend ourselves if we get tried again. As you saw, Charlie Brown was reading about the Bill of Rights. He was just seeing what it was. This amendment is important because it gives us the right to defend ourselves. It also gives us a chance that we cannot be tried for something that we already have been tried for. This is still relevant today.
The Sixth Amendment says that we have the right to a speedy trial with a jury of our peers. The Sixth Amendment is still very important today because we all have the right to defend ourselves in court. This amendment also protects you from being imprisoned for an unreasonable length of time.
The next amendment is the Seventh Amendment. This says that even if it is a civil case, we have the right to defend ourselves in court. This means that no matter how small the case is, such as a divorce or a custody argument, we have the chance to defend ourselves in court. As you saw, Peppermint Patty was accused of doing something that she didn't do. And she has hope that this will help her go to trial and prove herself innocent. The amendment is important and still relevant today, but all the amendments to do with jury and defending oneself should just be put into one big amendment. There shouldn't be one amendment that says kind of the same thing, just in different terms with a slight difference.
The Eighth Amendment says that we are not allowed cruel and unusual punishment. This means that things like the electrical chair and stoning someone to death is prohibited by the law. Poor Charlie Brown was trying to say his rights for them to stop hurting him. He is voicing that what they are doing to him is cruel. This is extremely relevant and important today because the punishment that you receive should fit the crime.
The second to last amendment in the Bill of Rights is obviously the 9th Amendment. This says that we have rights that aren't in the Constitution, such as divorce and marriage. We know that we have these rights and nobody's going to take them away from us, but they don't mention any specific ones. As you could see, Lucy was telling Snoopy about this amendment. The other rights that we have that are not in the Constitution, and he gets very excited. This amendment is important because it does mean that we have more rights, but it's not relevant. It doesn't really say anything specific. It just says, oh yeah, don't forget we have other rights that aren't written. This doesn't really need to be put on as an amendment, considering that we all should know this.
So now to the final amendment, which is the States' Right Amendment. The 10th Amendment is any power that is not given to the federal government is given to the states. This amendment is necessary because it keeps the government from becoming too powerful. And if that happened, it would limit the freedom of the people.
So, as you can see, the Bill of Rights is very important and it helps shape the nation that we are today. It helps protect our rights and protects us from being overpowered by the government. To review and make sure that you never forget the Bill of Rights, let's listen to this song.
Yo, it's the Bill of Rights, it's the Bill of your rights. It's time to take your knowledge up to unfamiliar heights. The thrill of your life, just like riding a bike. You're never gonna forget the Bill of Rights. The right to free speech and religion and press are guaranteed by Amendment 1. Amendment number 2 says it's true that it's all up to you if you choose to possess a gun. The government can't force you to house and feed a soldier, says Amendment number 3. Amendment number 4 we adore says without a warrant your stuff can't be searched or seized. Yo, it's the Bill of Rights, it's the Bill of your rights. It's time to take your knowledge up to unfamiliar heights. The thrill of your life, just like riding a bike. You're never gonna forget the Bill of Rights. Yo, it's the Bill of Rights, it's the Bill of your rights. It's time to take your knowledge up to unfamiliar heights. The thrill of your life, just like riding a bike. You're never gonna forget the Bill of Rights. Amendment number 5 says the court can't try ya with evidence they already used. It also says that nobody can make ya self-incriminate. You're allowed to stay silent if you choose. Amendment number 6 won't let the criminal clock tick. The rights of the accused continue here. And then Amendment number 7 gives you 1 plus 11, a trial by a jury of your peers. If it's cruel and unusual punishment, it's ruled out by Amendment 8. Amendment number 9 says that other rights are fine, and 10 gives the rest to the states. Yo, it's the Bill of Rights, it's the Bill of your rights. It's time to take your knowledge up to unfamiliar heights.